Hi, you guys. I am home and I thought it would be fun to show you what I got at the bookstore. Okay, I got The Story of a New Name. This is number 2 in the Neapolitan Quartet. I have the first one and I'm still reading it. I think I talked about that in my last vlog, but I found the 4th one at like a thrift store. So I was like, oh, let me just buy it because my intention is to read all of them. And then I saw this one today. So now I have 3 out of the 4. So won't be reading this yet because obviously I'd like to finish the first one. But I saw it and I was like, that's good to get. Okay, I got 2 Viragos. They're so pretty. I love Viragos. This one is Mary Olivier, A Life by Mary Sinclair. This sounded really good to me. I hadn't heard of it until I read the back, but it says, through the eyes and mind of Mary Olivier, we find her life from her 2nd to 47th year. Born in 1865, Mary is the youngest of 4 children. Little Mama dominates this Victorian household, idolizing the boys, rejecting the independent love of her only daughter, etc., etc. So I thought that this sounded good, so I'm excited to read it. I'm even more excited to read Crossrigs, which I also hadn't heard of until today, but I really like the back of this because it sounds like a spunky woman, and I love a book about a spunky woman. Alexandra Hope lives with her unworldly vegetarian father, her widowed sister, and 5 nieces and nephews in the Scottish village of Crossrigs. Whilst her sister Matilda perfectly plays that Victorian role of feminine helplessness, Alex, clever, plain with a sharp wit, refuses the first suitable man to propose, choosing spinsterhood and the support of her poverty-stricken family. Yeah. And then I got Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse, which I recently learned is the pronunciation, I believe. Hesse. To be honest with you, I kind of wanted to read Damien first, but they didn't have it. So we'll go with the most popular one. And I love that mint blue. So this will be interesting. I don't think I'm going to read it right away, but I do know that I eventually want to read some Hermann Hesse. Someone let me know how it's pronounced, please. This is another book that I didn't know about, but it looked interesting. I mean, honestly, the cover got me. It's Nothing Doting Blindness by Henry Green, and I believe it's 3 stories. So one story is Nothing, the second story is Doting, and the third one is Blindness. This doesn't have any sort of, what's like the right word? Like there's no synopsis or anything like that on this. So I Googled it while I was in there and I remember it sounded interesting, but now I'm not quite remembering what it was about. But this cover is so cool. I just love it. So I'm excited to read this, and like I've kind of been itching for shorter, like novella style or like short stories. And this is like, I mean, it's actually pretty decently long, all 3 together. It's about 500 pages, but I think that this will be pretty good. And then I got Atonement by Ian McEwan because I have never read Atonement. And I somehow have never seen the movie, and I don't know what like the thing that happens in the movie is or the book. So I'm kind of like, let me read this and have my little moment before it's spoiled for me, because in my opinion, this is the kind of story, much like others, where like it's not really somebody's fault. Oh, one sec. I'm filming a video. Do you mind? Thank you. This is the kind of story where, like, if someone were to spoil it, or, like, you read a spoiler on the internet, like, that's not really anybody's fault. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same way as being like, how does Harry Potter end, or Game of Thrones or something? Like, that's kind of just like, enough people have seen it where like you can talk about it freely, and somehow that has not happened to me with Atonement. So I would like to read this sooner rather than later. And I just thought it was a beautiful cover too, because I generally don't like hardbacks as much as paperbacks, but the paperback version that they had was the movie version. So it had like Keira Knightley and, oh my God, what is that guy's name? He's Mr. Tumnus. James McAvoy? Yeah, I think that's his name. That cover had them on it, which I didn't really love, but I do love this cover. So I made an exception with a hardback. And then the final book that I got is also a hardback that I made an exception for. And it was the most expensive out of all of these. It's a used book, but it was $25. But I couldn't say no. So I've never read Frankenstein, and I also still haven't seen the movie. And I really wanted to read Frankenstein around Halloween, but I think I was reading something that was taking me a while, so I didn't end up getting to read it. Was I reading The Executioner's Song? No, I wasn't, because I finished that on a train in Japan, and then I left it in Japan, Mount Fuji. I am not sure what I was reading, but I didn't get to Frankenstein when I wanted to, and I still really want to read it. Ideally, I would read it around Halloween, but I don't know if I can wait until Halloween this year. Anyways, I found this beautiful copy of Frankenstein. Like, this is so cool. Also, like, that's so funny to me. Like, this is very cunty. The hand. I can't. So I really liked this cover, and the writing is like very large margins. And there's photos. So sure, like, why not? So I'm really excited about this, and I just think that this is like a copy that I'll have for a very long time, and it's so beautiful and orange. And it's already protected. So someone already did that. Book jacket cover. Interesting. It's a Bro Dart fold-on book jacket cover from Pennsylvania. I wonder who did that. Thank you in advance. Hi, you guys. I am in bed and just chilling and reading Back to My Brilliant Friend. I'm on page 49, and like, I just really want to read it. I've just heard so many amazing things from my friends and people that I know who have read it, and I just feel like I'm ready for it. I'm ready for like some life-changing literature, because the books I've read lately have been really great, but I wouldn't say any of them were life-changing per se. So yeah. This is La Colombe Vanilla. I like that one. I also like the oat milk vanilla one is fine. I'm not really like the biggest fan of non-dairy milk, but it's good. And I like this one too. But my uncle really likes this one. This one's just really strong. It's the triple. It has 180 milligrams of caffeine. not that far. Like they're definitely looking for work, and whenever they get an assignment, they tend to do it pretty efficiently. So I'm sure he would get it cleaned by the end of the week and be kind of ready for an event next week if we need it. So yeah.
Billy. Oh, it's cause I turned on the camera.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. She got nervous.
Okay. She got nervous.
Yeah. Try again, Billy. Be brave. Nice. Good job, honey. Billy.
Good morning. If you can hear that in the background, my uncle plays house music in the morning. So that's what that is. But I'm not gonna mess with his joy, so please excuse that. I'm loving my brilliant friend. I really am. Like, I get it. I get why it's such a favorite. And these two girls, I'm still in the first book, so they're still young girls. They're just so relatable. And like, I kind of went into it thinking that I liked one more than the other. Like in the first 50 or so pages, I kind of thought that there was one that I liked more and one that perhaps comes across as the more virtuous, rule-following one. But I really relate to both of them. And that's something that my really great friend from college read these books a long time ago, like probably a decade ago at this point. And when I started the books, I was like, oh my gosh, this girl is like so mean. And she was like, just you wait. Like, I really relate to her. And I as I've been reading it, I've been like, I misjudged you. And I am so sorry for that. And I just love both of them, honestly. Both of the main girls. So I'm really excited to read more of that. I'm just like, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, so yeah, that's it.
Ready? Up. It's a big one, okay? Daddy.
Okay, hi. I'm picking my uncle up from work, but I got here early, so I thought I would do a little haul of some of the things that I got today, including books and skincare. So I went to the mall earlier with my friends and we went to Korheim. And got some good stuff. So I wanted a toner and a moisturizer that's a bit more of a light consistency, and especially for the moisturizer, more of like a gel for the summer because it's starting to get hotter in LA. So I got the Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Hyaluronic Toner. Looks like this. Sorry, the lighting's not great. And then I got the Mixsoon Glacier Water Ice Soothing Gel. This rocked. Like, I don't know how hydrating it'll actually be, but it was very soothing and it was very gel consistency-ish, which I really like for the summer. And I love Mixsoon. I have never had a bad experience with Mixsoon. I've liked everything that I've ever used from them, and I've actually never used anything from Haru Haru, but I tested this and it felt really good, as did the moisturizer that I believe is like the pair to this, but I got this because this was lighter. And then I got my favorite face mask, which is the Biodance Refreshing Sea Kelp Real Deep Mask. And I'm excited to do this. I like doing this one at night. And then I got, sorry if this is like nasty, but I got a foot mask because I need one. And I don't think I need to go into any more detail than that. So that's what I got at the mall. And then I went to the bookstore because I needed to get my book club's book for this time around, and we're meeting on Saturday. Today's Monday, so I'm gonna have to go pretty fast, and this book is like 300-ish something pages, but the font is really big. So we're reading Lost Lambs by Madeline Cash, which I've seen mixed reviews on, honestly, and if I'm honest, I generally am not the biggest fan of books that are very contemporary because I don't love the way that they're written. But I am so willing to be disproven. So I think it'll be interesting to read this. I love the cover. And the story sounds good. So I don't think it's gonna be like, I mean, it can't be a DNF because it's for my book club and we're gonna discuss it on Sunday. So, I have to read it, but I think it'll be solid, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna read it, so that's really that. And then the book that I got, I really wanted to get like another book, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna limit it to one. And then when I saw this cover, I was just like, I have to buy this. So I've been really into Richard Wright lately. I read Pagan's Pain not too long ago and just adored it. So I bought another Richard Wright. I bought Native Son, which I've also heard amazing things about, and I loved this cover. It's a HarperCollins American classic. And I like the spine too. So I am so excited to read this. I'm so excited to read this. So I'm going to do this first because there's a deadline on it and I do not want to rush through this. And this one, like, it's 315 pages, but the font is, I don't know if you can see that. The font is very, very big. So I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. And then I will probably do Native Son because I don't think I can wait. But I did just finish book 1 of the Neapolitan quartet. So I just finished My Brilliant Friend. And I would really like to read the next ones. And I don't want to read 2, 3, and 4 too far apart from one another and too far apart from 1 so that I can have the momentum and remember everything. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm definitely gonna start with Lost Lambs, but I don't know what I'm gonna do between Native Son and Story of a New Name or something. I think that's what the second book is called. I don't know. But anyways, I'm here early. My uncle's not gonna be out for another like at least 20 to 30 minutes. So I am going to get started on Lost Lambs and I'll let you know my thoughts.